Hi, my name is Sara, and along with my colleague Sylvia, I'm the creator, director, and producer of the short film, The Inner Ring. The story is that it features Lee, who's a kickboxer, who must face off against her inner self, inner Lee, and face her own doubts and fears. We had a wonderful, wonderful team. Basically, like from our movers to people who were behind the scenes, everyone was so professional and really flexible as well, especially during these times where it was really hard to schedule things and things kept changing. So that was really appreciated. Our two movers, Diane and Marinia, they were co-creators of their own movement for this piece, along with Julie, who was the movement advisor and co-choreographer. And I loved everything they came up with. That ball was in their court, and we totally empowered them and said, you are the movers, you are the dancers, you are the fighters, you're the advisor, make the magic happen. And they came up with something so wonderful. And everybody behind the scenes, there was quite a few people on this team. Everyone was just a real pleasure to work with. So I'm very, very happy with that.
I really like the idea of it because it's an inner turmoil and battle, and it is something that I think a lot of people relate to. And I like that they turned it into this really rich visual short.
This is technically my first film where we have a full crew, full paid crew. And I really found that Tamara had a great skill and instinct and understanding of light and movement. And also the shot list that she and Sylvia put together was extremely well coordinated and well timed out.
The Inner Ring is a pretty metaphorical performance piece. And when Sylvia and Sara brought me on board, we had a really wonderful meeting about how we could find that full circle when it comes to visualizing the choreography, but also the choreography of the camera. So we've been working really hard to make that happen, and I think it's going well.
A few years ago, I wrote a short film about a female boxer who has to defend her family, and that was a short narrative-based film. And so Sylvia and I teamed up to create that together, and over time we applied for different grants, and at the end of the day we received partial funding. So we sat down and we reevaluated, and we came up with what is the coolest, most awesome idea that excites us with the budget that we have, and we came up with The Inner Ring.
This story of being like your anxieties manifest really spoke to me. The idea of going into yourself and dealing with self-doubt and with fear and having to not beat down your anxieties or your fears, but accepting them and learning that it's something that you live with. It's something that you need to understand about yourself and overcoming not through aggression, but through compassion.
We have two characters with very different movement platforms. We have a combatant and a martial artist, and then we have an ethereal, non-human creature thing. So I asked a lot of questions about what they were looking for that. This is a piece rooted in movement, of course. It is a movement piece where there's no dialogue, and but still it's told through narrative. Like there's a beginning, middle, end. It is told theatrically through movement, if that makes sense, different than like a dance piece. So it was important to understand the arc, and then also the conventions. Like, how do we understand that a creature-like character has power and status over another character when they can't say anything? How do we show that? Like, what forms of movement do we use?
I love the dancing part because I don't really do that other than Zumba, occasional Zumba, but I really enjoy that dance choreography. It's super graceful and exact opposite of what I'm used to doing. This is such a smooth production, actually. Everything's so organized. So I think that, first of all, to like Sara and Sylvia, they got everyone really involved, and it's just such a team effort.
I was really amazing. Like, I am really thrilled that I could be even in my stage. Like, I could be in this project, because I was wondering how a dancer and a fighter can like combine on when I am pregnant. You know what I mean? It's like kind of in my imagination's weird thing, but no, they were really interested in me and my movements. And as I was talking with Sara and Sylvia, it's just, I don't know, they are amazing person, and like I really looking forward to see what end up with this all wrap. They were so collaborative to each other that, you know, it's just like that helps me to understand what I am doing here. Like they were really sync on this project together, which means it's helpful for a performer to digging in. It's interesting because I am choreographer too, and it's totally like I will do this on totally probably different way. That was really amazing to actually look at how the people are working and how they are moving and how I can like transfer this to my body. It was really nice to be with them in the studio and collaborate. I hope this will happen again sometime in the future. Who knows?
Before we started, I was saying to Sylvia that I was concerned about the performers' stamina because we're just going all day and they are going full tilt in their choreography. And now here I am carrying the camera and I am exhausted, and here are our movers just crushing it. So I would say one of the biggest challenges for me is just being able to keep up with our movers, because they're just rocking this choreography around the studio and I'm trying to tiptoe around them. Our camera crew is sort of a motley crew, you could say, but two of our group are students of mine that I have at a program called GIFT, Girls in Film and Television. And so I brought them on. They are as green as they can get, but it's actually not their first film, and they're doing a great job. And then of course we have Alexis Moore, who is a phenomenal DP as well as first AC, and we have Jessie Nash, who we are very lucky to have here today as a grip.
This is a human experience that many of us have had. The idea that we need to face our own doubts and fears.
The Inner Ring to me is an exploration of the demon that anxiety can transform into, and how it can get the very best of us in the worst of times, and then how it can be overcome. Often by way of just fully accepting oneself, which seems so easy, and it's like if we knew it, we'd all just do it, but it's not. And so it's a fight, and I think that's personified as a literal fight in this piece, and then anxiety is overcome.
You know, whatever your self-doubts are, all your fears, and you just kind of imagine that it's right in front of you. And in a way, it's somewhat easier if it's actually physical and it's there and you can fight it, as opposed to it being just in your head. I think the most important thing is being comfortable in your own skin and just being happy and accepting of who you are.